Once upon a time, in a beautiful countryside filled with golden fields, sparkling ponds, and cheerful animals, a mother duck waited patiently for her eggs to hatch. This story is about one special duckling who dared to leave his comfort zone in search of belonging, only to discover he was extraordinary all along. One by one, the eggs began to crack open. Out came fluffy little ducklings, chirping and waddling around. But one egg, larger and speckled, remained unbroken. Finally, with a loud crack, the egg hatched. Out tumbled a gray, awkward-looking duckling, quite unlike his golden siblings. The other ducklings stared at him curiously, but their mother gave him a gentle nudge. "You're one of us," she said softly. As the days went on, the gray duckling tried his best to fit in. He followed his siblings into the pond, paddling awkwardly after them. But the others teased him. "You're so clumsy and strange," they quacked, laughing. The barnyard animals weren't much kinder. "What an odd little bird," they snickered. The duckling felt the sting of their words, his heart heavy with loneliness. One crisp autumn morning, the gray duckling decided he couldn't take it anymore. He quietly waddled away, leaving the barnyard behind. He roamed through meadows and forests, searching for a place where he might be accepted. The journey was tough. He faced cold nights and hunger. But he kept going, driven by a small hope in his heart. One day, the duckling stumbled upon a shimmering lake in the heart of a forest. It was quiet and peaceful. As he gazed at the calm water, he spotted something magical. A group of graceful white birds gliding across the surface. Swans. They looked so elegant, so beautiful. The duckling sighed, wishing he could be like them. Winter came, and the duckling faced his greatest challenge yet. Snow covered the ground and the lake froze over. Finding food became nearly impossible, and the cold seeped through his thin feathers. He curled up beneath some reeds for shelter, his small body trembling as he fought to survive. In his dreams, he saw the swans flying above, their white wings cutting through the icy skies. "If only I could be like them," he whispered. When spring arrived, the snow melted, and the world began to bloom. One morning, the duckling noticed something different. His reflection in the lake had changed. His gray, scruffy feathers were gone, replaced by sleek white plumage. His awkward stance was now elegant, his neck long and graceful. The duckling couldn't believe his eyes. He wasn't a duckling anymore. He was a swan. With newfound confidence, he approached the flock of swans at the lake. His heart raced as he prepared for rejection, but instead the swans welcomed him warmly. "You're one of us," they said, and for the first time he felt truly at home. The duckling, now a beautiful swan, joined his new family, soaring across the skies with them. As they flew over the countryside, he saw the barnyard he had left behind. But this time, he felt no sadness. He had found where he belonged. As the swan landed by the lake with his flock, he looked into the water once more. His reflection stared back at him, strong and radiant. He realized that he had always been beautiful. He had just needed time to grow. He smiled, feeling gratitude for the journey that had brought him to this moment. And he knew he would never be lonely again. And so, the once ugly duckling discovered that what made him different was what made him special all along. He wasn't ugly. He was extraordinary, waiting for the world to see. And that, my friends, is the tale of the ugly duckling. It reminds us that sometimes the hardest journeys lead us to the most beautiful destinations,